Yeah, what's
for
the
sure.
streak? Can you hear us?
Yeah, so Massimo, he was really impressed with our French Italian.
But the friend was Italian or was not
No,
Italian?
Guatemalan.
Oh,
He's
okay.
perfect Italian. And Massimo was like, where are you
There's
guys
no
learning all
perfect
this?
Italian.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
surprised you
And so
remember that.
he remembers that.
I'm surprised you remember
And
that.
so that's the one thing I remember Massimo and I. Yeah,
Well, how is he so good at Italian?
I think study abroad or, kind of something. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, our study.
Not Duolingo. I think he actually went there and because
Yeah.
Massimo liked it.
We good, Tal? Oh, beautiful. I can start.
All right.
I can finally start. Welcome to the Underdogs Podcast, the number one podcast in the universe. And that's not me saying it. A lot of people said it. The universe said it. Today, we're doing a big event for the World Cup, specifically Argentina, England, a game that means so much for so many fans. There's war involved, there's politics, there's La Mano de Dios, de Maradona, which somebody still to this day believe to be the greatest player of all time in soccer. Today in Atlanta, one nation moves one step closer to immortality in soccer, in the greatest sport of all time. Let me tell you a little bit what we're going to do today. We're going to have 40 minutes of show. We're going to close up 10 minutes before the game, so the games are going to pop up on the TVs. Of course, 10-minute halftime break, and then we're going to go back into the post-game analysis. We have great guests, Nick Tewell, host of the Atlanta United Fan TV, Mario Flores, board member of Peña Madridista, one of the most important soccer fan clubs in Atlanta. Poppy Marquez, you said you don't want to be defined as an Argentina influencer, but all your videos on Argentina do 1 million views and they pop on everybody's feeds.
Dang it.
So how do you define yourself?
How would I define myself? I would define myself as a bilingual, multifaceted sports reporter.
Is that your LinkedIn description? Is that okay?
Oh gosh, no, it's.
I can attest to that. I can definitely attest to that because that was my first video feed of you.
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Perfect. All right, got credibility now.
And then let me introduce the other guests. We have Alex Pama, head coach at Life University. We have Carlo Finley, associate director of the Sports Media Institute at the University of Georgia. A lot of interesting guests, a lot of interesting people. So let's tune in and let's start with the show here. I know you guys need to leave because you're trying to get into the stadium with 5 minutes left, asking your grandfather to loan you $3,000.
Yes.
That's great. You're going to a watch party. I
Yep.
just want to know from you guys, England waited, since 1986, right?
40 years.
40 years to get their revenge back on Argentina.
That's right.
Now, we could argue there was that game of 98, that game of 2002, but this is the highest stakes we've seen in a game
For sure.
like this. Will England get back on Argentina finally, once and for all, if they win the game today? And what does this game mean for the two fans on Argentina and England?
Yeah.
Well, I'll first answer. And again, I mean, I haven't interviewed as many English fans as I have Argentinians, but it seems that England isn't really thinking that as deeply about that 1986 game as Argentina is. I mean, yes, when I was listening to podcasts by English analysts that are saying, they're actually saying, I want England to have more fire lit under them about this past game, because the way that Argentina culture is, they truly have no choice but to live through the history and to remember it. Like, they're brought up, being raised, remembering these things. And in England, from what I've listened to and what I've read, that culture, that historical prowess or tragedy, arguably, is not as ingrained into them from a young age, would be my take. What about you, Mario?
Yeah. So I believe England definitely has all the tools to do what it takes and to win the game. Argentina is a formidable squad, but England has the depth, they have the speed, they have counterattacks. They don't need to be necessarily brilliant with a lot of possession to just see the game through. But on your second question, though, about what this means for the fans, evidently, this is a game that has been 40 years in the making. You knew that at one point, such a high-stakes game would occur between these two great nations of just great tradition, just a great tradition of soccer. But I don't think the players are thinking, and Scaloni said this in the press conference, they're not thinking, 1986, we need to go back. That's for the fans. I guarantee you the players are only focused on the gravity of the game and on the opponent, on their qualities and so on, and they're going to go focus on that.
And that's an interesting take because in 1986, Maradona, on the other hand, said when they were going into the field at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico, it did feel like they were going to war.
Oh.
He did say that. And so I'm wondering, have things changed? Are we more chill? Are the players chill?
I think it's probably a mix.
Okay.
I think that Scaloni said that in the press conference to perhaps ease the nerves of his players.
Okay.
But I mean, it would be impossible for the players of Argentina to not have it in mind that, there are 40 million people in their country are all referencing La Guerra de Malvinas.
Yeah.
I think, they want to go into it as a game, but I think especially Messi knows he's never faced England before. And, like one of your questions was, could Messi have a Maradona-like game? I don't think it's discussed, but I think it's very present.
Okay.
Would be my take.
He's done everything he needed to do. He beat all the records he could beat for Argentina.
That's right.
There's one last chance, one last opportunity that comes for Lionel Messi at the end of his career in the World Cup, and it is to, again, do something similar to Maradona. These guys are never going to be named one without the other.
That's correct.
This is the moment I think Messi has his Maradona moment. Hopefully not for the English, but possibly. This is over. Will Messi having a Maradona moment in this game against England in the semifinal here in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, put him above Maradona once and for all? Argument closed.
Above Maradona?
Yeah.
So, on one hand, it would, because it would mean that Messi would have played his third World Cup final. So, in the 6 World Cups that he played, he would have gone to the final in 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And so, from that perspective, of course, but Maradona is special. Maradona will forever be Maradona, and the Argentine people love Maradona for everything he did. And so, yes, Messi could reach a World Cup final, he could win the final, but Maradona will be loved by Argentines.
I'll add to that. I think before Messi won the World Cup in 2022, it was just he was being bombarded with comparisons to Maradona. But since he's won, to me it seems like the Argentine people, their flags with the two of them together, it seems like they worship them both at the same time.
Right.
And they're not comparing the two
It's
as
not a
much.
competition between the two. It's just
Yeah.
a veneration of two gods of soccer that they were gifted.
And I might add,
Precisely, yes.
there's an awesome flag that I saw at the Banderazos here, and also 2 years ago when they came at Copa America, is Mario Kempes, Diego Maradona, and Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
The 3 Argentine heroes. I promise you, the Mario Kempes fans and the people who saw him play, they're not feeling, oh, Maradona came later and did better than Mario Kempes. No, they will all be well loved by the Argentine people.
And I'll tell you something, I think the Argentina team of 1986, most of the world was cheering for them because we were talking about a colonial England.
Okay.
We were talking about a superpower against what at the time seemed like a fight between David and Goliath. Now things have switched. I would argue most of the world, after what we've seen here at the World Cup, is cheering for England, and that never happens. But that happens after the decision of the VAR against Egypt. That happens with Argentina giving that red card to Embolo for something that is questionable in the ruling of FIFA. That happens with Argentina not having to play anybody significant in the top 10 to reach the final. That comes with Argentina getting the most penalties out of everybody in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think it's fair that people are cheering for England? And does that make sense to you as an Argentina fan?
Absolutely. Yes, of course it makes sense, and I also totally understand the arguments because, those statistics are right. The argument of the favoritism is absolutely valid. I think while the counter argument from Argentina fans, I think would be that just football runs in their blood from the day that they're born, and it always just means more to them than it means to every other country. And every single the lyrics in their songs are so I'm Argentino from the cradle to the coffin. That truly encapsulates it. So I think to them, they never get used to winning. And I think also because it's Messi's last World Cup, that to them it's not them trying to assert their global dominance. It's them trying to get another World Cup for Messi, who's endured a lot of hate and a lot of love in Argentina.
Look, before we get to Mario, does Argentina deserve to win this World Cup is the question.
Admittedly, I think, they've,
Now, don't give me the political answer. Give me the real answer. Does Argentina deserve to win this World Cup or no? There's a yes and there's a no. Then you can articulate,
Okay,
but give me the yes
okay,
and no
okay.
first.
I mean, this is a really polarizing question. You want me to say yes or no? Do they deserve to win the World
Yeah.
We
Cup?
have a polarized audience.
I mean,
say.
if they win the World Cup, they deserve to win the World Cup.
Because of the history of everything you've talked about so far, do they deserve to win a World Cup? Right now in this historical time and moment.
Yes. But that is obviously a biased answer as I'm wearing an Argentina jersey.
Right. Mario Flores.
They all have merits. They are all fantastic teams. Spain will be a deserved champion. Argentina will be a deserved champion. England will be a deserved champion.
Who's going to win the whole thing?
I'm going to go with Spain. Spain has grown throughout the tournament. They had a shaky start. I was at the game with Cape Verde, and they did their game, but they weren't. They hadn't fine-tuned their team as of late. But they completely dominated France. France had no answers. And I love Didier Deschamps. I love the French national team. I love Kylian Mbappe
I think
as
with
a
the team he had, he
Madridista.
could have done a lot better. I think with the
You could
players
argue.
and the roster you have, tactically speaking, you didn't play the best game you
Yeah.
could possibly play against Spain because you know they're going to keep possession.
Yes.
You know if you put two people in the midfield, they're going to make you look not so intelligent and smart and
Yes.
clever as you looked and athletic as you looked in the other games.
But I'm going to bet that Spain will find a way to outperform and outpower England or Argentina because of their the depth of their bench, the game that they have instituted as a team, and the predictability of their approach.
Papi, I was interested in this thing you said. Argentina needs to win for Messi. And a lot of people would agree with that thought. What does Messi mean to Argentina in one word?
I would say the word would be todo, which is everything in Spanish.
I like that. I like that answer.
Do you want me to elaborate?
Please.
Gosh, I mean, I actually asked a bunch of Argentina fans this question last night, like, what does Messi mean to them? And they all said, like, just everything. I love him. And Messi has brought so much happiness to the country of Argentina. And Argentina fans are also not blinded to the fact that
There it is.